I just watched A Knight's Tale starring Heath Ledger and Shannyn Sossamon. And this is my spoiler-free review of the movie. Let's get right into it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Julian Font. For those of you who do know me, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing a movie I should have watched a long time ago because, wow, I loved it. It was just one of those days where I needed to take a break from my writing. I started scrolling through Amazon, saw the cover, and said, let's just give it a watch. And today I'm going to tell you exactly what I thought of this movie. Now, just like my book reviews, I'm going to break this spoiler-free movie review into 4 parts. First, I'll give you an overview of the movie along with my reaction. Second, we'll talk characters. Third, themes. And fourth, would I recommend this movie? First, the overview. A Knight's Tale was released back in 2001, and it's this vibrant medieval adventure that blends classic chivalry with modern energy. The film follows the main character, William Thatcher, who is a squire with these dreams of rising above his current role. For those of you unaware, a squire back in the day is like this personal assistant to the knight. So they care for the horse, they run errands, you get the deal. After his master's sudden death, which is literally in the first scene of the movie, William seizes this opportunity to pose as a noble and compete in jousting tournaments. Along the way and throughout his journey, he assembles this really quirky team, including this witty writer named Chaucer, who's my favorite character, and he and his team face fierce competition while William seeks romance and the challenge of maintaining his newfound identity as he rises to fame as a jouster. So I geek out on pretty much anything medieval, and it actually makes up most of my everyday jokes with my friends. I even used to play this online game called RuneScape for 4 hours a day back when I was a kid, and I'd be lying if I told you I didn't run it back every now and then. Alright, back to the movie. It really is a simple storyline that's easy to follow and fun to watch. There's witty dialogue between some really enjoyable characters, and the tone is overall just very lighthearted. For the time, even the CGI was great, which based on the research I did, was used pretty much only during the jousting scenes. What still blows my mind is that jousting was actually a thing. Like, how is this not the most dangerous sport to ever exist? And why do we not still do it? Let's be real, we would all look forward to watching jousting tournaments on ESPN. Or when you're figuring out weekend plans, you're like, should I go to this concert? Should I go to this basketball game? Or should I go to this jousting tournament where I'm gonna watch 2 knights run into each other with 20-foot poles? One of my favorite parts about the way this was filmed is the way they filled the soundtrack with modern day classics. You've got We Will Rock You and even some AC/DC that plays, which gives this olden day time a fun, upbeat energy through and throughout. Now, let's talk characters. In A Knight's Tale, the story follows William Thatcher and his entourage. William Thatcher is a determined and ambitious peasant with dreams of becoming a knight. It feels weird casually saying the word peasant in 2024. He's extremely bold, and he defies societal norms at the time to compete in jousting tournaments while hiding his true identity. Throughout the movie, we find that his wanting to make a name for himself starts to blend with this wanting to form a relationship with Jocelyn, a noble lady I'll tell you more about soon. Joffrey is a witty writer who becomes William's herald, or let's call him hype man. His character is hilarious because you start to see that his talent is made up of this ability to build William's fake persona into one that the crowd becomes obsessed with. Like, he's literally standing up there on the dirt in front of 100 people BSing William's backstory, and they all love it. It makes you question what's real or not in the entertainment industry nowadays. Look, he's great with the fluffy and fancy sounding words. He's one of my favorite characters because, like me, he's a writer. And I just feel like the power of words is extremely underrated, and this is a character that just gets it. Roland and Wat are William's loyal companions, or squires, and their conflicting personalities add this comedic and entertaining element to the story. Just really, it's fun. I like it. I like their dynamic. As William and his team rise to fame in the world of jousting, he becomes noticed by Jocelyn, one of the noble ladies, and Jocelyn is this independent, free-spirited woman who is drawn to William's boldness, and while William fights for her love, she challenges him in ways that he would never expect to be challenged. And of course, we gotta have a villain. We have our villain, Count Anjou, who is a wealthy knight. Now, he's like the villain version of Prince Charming, who I'm just now realizing is also a villain in Shrek, but like the OG Prince Charming, he's the villain version. And the Count feels threatened when William and Jocelyn begin to develop a relationship, and you begin to see the extreme lengths that he goes to just to get in the way of that relationship. Now on to themes. The first theme I picked up on is defying class boundaries. The story explores this idea of rising above one's social class as William challenges this really rigid system of medieval society and pursues his dream of becoming a knight. The second theme I noticed is the importance of friendship and loyalty. It's not hard to notice that William's journey is only possible because of the support of his friends and the people he meets along the way. And you realize it's just great to have friends who believe in you and work together to help you achieve your goals, like William's friends help William. The third and final theme I picked up on is identity. The story emphasizes staying true to yourself and always acting with honor, which isn't talked about as much nowadays compared to the medieval times. But we see William struggle with the balance between his new identity as a noble and his genuine character. Would I recommend this movie? I would definitely recommend this movie. It's almost 2.5 hours, so it's a bit on the longer side for a pretty straightforward storyline, but I thought it was super fun to follow. I would say the story itself leans a bit more on the action side than it does romance, but there's a good blend of the two. It's not heart-wrenching, and it's not gonna draw tears, but it's sweet. Now, I didn't think for a second that the acting was bad. I thought it was great. The entire time, I actually found myself missing Heath Ledger more and more because, in my opinion, he truly was an incredible actor. In all, I thought every character was solid and their motives lined up from beginning to end. The IMDb rating is 7 out of 10 and the Rotten Tomatoes score I believe is 59%. But I really think Brian Helgeland, the director, executed this action-packed, fun, and semi-heart-touching story perfectly. If you got this far in the video, I ask that you like this video and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Also, if you're looking for a current read, I'm the author of 3 novels that I plan to turn into films. The first is Night After Night, the epic party novel about an up-and-coming nightclub promoter who gets exposed to the Hollywood party scene. The second is Right My Wrongs, a rock star romance about 2 songwriters who fall in love through the songs they write together. And my third novel, Look Away, is a psych thriller about a TV show that manipulates people into taking their own lives on television. So that's my review. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this movie or even leave a book or movie recommendation. Thanks for watching.